A brand new tech-heavy mallet is going direct head-to-head against one of the most iconic classic putters ever made.
Today, it's the Odyssey Tri-Hot versus the Titleist Bullseye. The real question here is, which putter actually performs better for your specific stroke? Because buying the wrong putter isn't just a waste of cash. It's going to quietly cost you strokes and ruin your confidence for years. And as everyday golfers, we absolutely hate watching people throw away their hard-earned money on marketing hype when they could just find what actually works.
Welcome to Golf Gear Showdown, an explainer where we put golf gear head-to-head to find the truth. I'm Mike, the data and specs guy.
And I'm Jake, your everyday 15 handicapper. Picture this scenario for a second. You walk into the pro shop, you stare at that massive rack of putters, and you honestly have no idea what actually fits your stroke. On one side, the Tri-Hot is packed with modern multi-material tech, built entirely around forgiveness. Then on the other side, you have the Bullseye. That is a simple, heel-shafted blade demanding pure precision.
Golfers get so incredibly confused staring at that rack. One relies entirely on technology to save your bad strokes, while the other relies completely on your own hands. We aren't going to throw fake launch monitor numbers at you today, mainly because putters aren't drivers. Instead, we are looking at pure performance based on design intent.
We've got 6 battle rounds for this showdown. We're covering the setup, distance and forgiveness, accuracy and feel, price, the biggest buying mistake, and of course, the final verdict.
We will crown a definitive winner for every single round, but make sure you stick around for round 4 on feel. What most golfers assume about these two putters is completely backwards.
Let's jump right into the first competitive round. This is where the design intent of both putters is put to the absolute test. Our first performance metric is all about roll and distance control. The Odyssey Tri-Hot is built with heavier perimeter and tungsten-style weighting. Based on design intent, that added stability physically fights your hands from twisting the club through impact. When you pull the putter back, the mass on the edges desperately wants to stay square. For most average golfers, that translates to a much more consistent roll. Most golfers report seeing way fewer putts that come up embarrassingly short or wildly race past the hole. That's simply because the mass in the head actively prevents the ball from skipping off the face. I have to challenge you right there, Mike. The Bullseye is a significantly lighter, smaller blade with a solid brass face. Pure feel seekers might definitely prefer that raw touch on perfect strikes. When you hit it clean, it's incredibly buttery. There is literally zero interference between your hands and the golf ball.
Sure, but let's be totally honest about what happens if you mishit that classic blade. The ball just dies well short of the cup. Common feedback suggests the average player needs serious help with speed across the entire face, not just the dead center. So for round 1, the Tri-Hot definitively takes the win for distance control.
Moving into round 2 on forgiveness, the Tri-Hot lives in a completely different world. It uses a high-MOI design. For anyone unfamiliar, that basically means it drastically resists twisting on off-center strikes. If you catch one out near the toe, the putter stays stable enough to keep the ball rolling on line with decent speed. It's essentially a safety net for your stroke.
And how exactly does the Bullseye handle that exact same toe strike?
Oh, it ruthlessly exposes your bad strokes. Toe or heel mishits will twist the face wide open or completely closed. The Bullseye demands a perfectly centered strike every single time. You don't get a safety net here. Therefore, the Tri-Hot is the runaway winner for forgiveness. The Tri-Hot clearly takes the forgiveness belt without breaking a sweat. But what happens to your accuracy over a full 18 holes when fatigue really sets in? Coming up in round 3, we reveal something about alignment that most weekend golfers completely miss. Let's dive right into our next categories. Accuracy and feel are massive because your aiming mechanics and how confident you feel at address dictate your entire success on the greens. Aiming the Tri-Hot is remarkably easy. You get clear, visible alignment sightlines, often featuring high contrast colors. Plus, that large mallet shape naturally points the face squarely at your target. That built-in visual help tightens your dispersion significantly over a long round when your focus inevitably starts to drift.
See, I actually prefer the Bullseye's minimalist look here. There are zero distracting lines or giant shapes to look at. You have nothing to second-guess at address. It's just you, the ball, and the hole.
That simplicity totally cuts both ways, Jake. You are doing all the aiming yourself with a blade that easily twists in your hands. The Tri-Hot wins the accuracy battle because making aiming easier is crucial for the average player. Now, when it comes to feel, this is where the Bullseye earns its legend status. That solid brass head delivers a muted, classic click that purists absolutely love. There's this deep psychological confidence that comes from standing over a putter so simple and traditional. It looks like a real golf club. Nothing else feels quite right when you pure it. For a lot of players, that sound and vibration translates directly into speed control confidence.
I have to aggressively disagree on this one. Jake, you're a 15 handicapper. Why on earth are you trying to play a blade designed for touring pros from 50 years ago? That classic blade is incredibly unforgiving and risky. It's a massive hazard for your scorecard. The Tri-Hot gives you smooth, anchored stability from a heavier head, and that breeds real confidence.
You can keep your clunky mallet mic. On pure feel alone, the cheaper classic option wins every single day of the week. The Titleist Bullseye definitively takes round 4 for its unmatched, timeless touch.
All right, let's talk money as we transition into round 5. I have a smart shopper move here that most golfers completely overlook when they're looking to upgrade their bag. The Odyssey Tri-Hot sits comfortably right in the premium mallet category. It's a major investment in modern materials, research, and weighting tech. The price tag absolutely reflects that. But here is the secret smart shopper move for you. Used Titleist Bullseyes are absolutely everywhere. You can literally find these in a bargain barrel at a local golf shop for $5 or $10. They are sitting at garage sales and online marketplaces for a tiny fraction of the cost of a new putter. You get decades of proven design for very little money. The Bullseye easily wins the price battle for pure value.
The score is pretty tight right now depending on what you value most, but which putter actually belongs in your bag? We are breaking down exactly what fits your specific handicap and stroke right now.
Let's run through these golfer types on the chart. Beginners and mid-handicappers. Looking at this breakdown, you absolutely need the Tri-Hot. It will save you crucial strokes on the green while your swing mechanics are still developing.
Exactly right. And if you have inconsistent contact across the face, where you tend to slice or push your putts, you also need the Tri-Hot. That high MOI stability keeps the face square when your path gets sloppy.
On the other hand, for the budget buyers looking for maximum value, plus those traditional feel purists who demand acoustic feedback, the Bullseye is your perfect match.
Also, for low handicappers with a highly repeatable stroke, the Bullseye is great. You simply don't need the extra help, so you can manipulate the club face exactly how you want.
That brings us directly to round 5. This is the single biggest mistake everyday golfers make when they are staring at the putter rack in the pro shop. Here is the insider advice, so listen closely. Buying purely on nostalgia, looks, or brand name instead of matching the putter to your actual stroke is a massive error. If you grab a classic blade just because it looks cool but you constantly miss the center of the face, you are going to fight that club every single round. Blaming your putting abilities when the putters simply cannot help you will quietly cost you strokes for years. We've all been there. If you've ever bought a putter just because it looked pretty in the shop only to 3-putt all weekend, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Time for the final verdict? Let's rapidly break down the fast, honest, brand-free pros and cons of each putter before we hand out the final belts. Looking at the Tri-Hot on the screen here, your main pros are excellent forgiveness and a highly stable roll across the entire face. The major cons you have to swallow are the premium price tag. Plus, some players just find that large mallet footprint way too clunky to look at. Over to the Bullseye, your obvious pros are that timeless, crisp feel and truly unbeatable value. The cons? As we've stressed heavily today, it is very unforgiving. It strictly demands a perfectly centered stroke or it will punish your scorecard hard. Handing out the final hardware now. Looking at the categories, the Tri-Hot is our overall winner and takes the absolute crown per forgiveness and distance.
Meanwhile, the Bullseye sweeps the categories for best value and best used market find. Seriously, go check those bargain bins. It's also the clear choice for seniors and feel purist.
And if you have no budget limit whatsoever and just want the most advanced help available, the Tri-Hot easily takes that spot too.
To wrap this up confidently, if budget doesn't matter and you need serious help keeping the ball online, the Odyssey Tri-Hot is the smartest play based on design intent. It simply gives you the modern forgiveness you need to lower your scores. On the flip side, if you're a feel purist with a highly repeatable stroke, common feedback suggests the Titleist Bullseye gives you decades of proven design for almost no money at all. It's a classic for a very good reason. So, Odyssey, Tri-Hot, or Titleist Bullseye. Drop your exact handicap and your putter pick in the comments right now so you leave completely confident in your choice. We read every single one, and they help us out a ton to see what real golfers are playing. We genuinely have to ask you, are you willing to swallow your pride and buy a clunky mallet just to shave 3 strokes off your scorecard? Or is the pure feel of a classic blade worth the punishment? Let us know below. Next up on this Explainer series, we're bringing you driver battles. Hit that subscribe button to join us for more Golf Gear Showdown. Stop wasting money, play the right gear, and we'll see you